Hi, friends. Welcome on in to Delaware Hockey Night, brought to you by 412 Communications. We are live from Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware. The Liberty Flames taking on the Delaware Blue Hens in this American Collegiate Hockey Association Ladies Division II matchup. And the May-December partnership is back together after a year and a half and a couple periods. Yours truly, James Witherite, joined on these airwaves by the venerable Bob Thomas. Bob?
James, if I knew what that meant. But, James, how great is this?
I'm the wordsmith. You're the expert.
Well, that's stretching it for me, that's for sure. But seriously, James, how great is this? After a year and a half to start off with not one but two games. This looks to be another equally great matched game. Liberty always has a pretty strong team.
For sure they do, and this year, no exception. I was talking to Rena Leone, the head coach of the Liberty Flames, who are kicking off their 2021-22 season, and they've got a ton of new talent. We were reading on liberty.edu earlier today. Players from all over North America, including a player who is originally from Mexico, but spent some time playing at a high level in Canada, and defender, I should say, Dominique Duenas. But this whole Liberty side, and this whole Delaware side too, lots of great new talent on both sides of the red line.
That is truly a whole North American player there. Mexico, U.S., Canada, got it covered. But I will tell you, James, for anybody that turned off the broadcast after the men's game, shame on them, because I will tell you, women's hockey is amazing. Their fundamentals are second to none in any level. So,
you know what, Bob? I'm going to go ahead and say it. As a spectator and as a commentator, and even as an official, I like women's hockey 100 times better than men's hockey.
I'm telling
because
you,
it's so pure.
You want to watch like the USA, Canada, the fundamental skills there are unbelievable.
And we'll talk more about the skills of women's hockey a little bit later, but right now we're going to go inside the glass for tonight's opening introductions. Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to the Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware. The American Collegiate Hockey Association and the Delaware Valley Collegiate Hockey Conference present this evening's Women's Division II game between the visiting Liberty Flames and your University of Delaware Blue Hens. The on-ice officials for this evening's game are Tim Foreman and Steve Cannon. Here are tonight's starting lineups. For the visiting Liberty Flames, coached by Rena Leone. Starting in goal, a freshman number 48, Izzy Bucket. On defense, a graduate student, number 18, Sarah Laporte. And a freshman, number 47, Madison Natter. At left wing, a freshman, number 5, Madison Conley. At right wing, a sophomore, number 23, Gabby Mueller. And starting at center, a sophomore, number 14, Amanda Varga. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. Let's welcome your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Starting in goal, a senior, number 23, Morgan Cullen. On defense, a freshman, number 9, Emma Chaffee. And number 16, a senior, Priya Albert. Starting at right wing, a sophomore, number 29, Jessica Pitaniello. At center, a sophomore, number 24, Sam Schultz. And starting at left wing, a senior, number 11, Courtney Marino. Your Blue Hens are coached by Ken Deming, Al Gallo, and Katie Smith. At this time, we direct your attention to the American flag located above center ice, as we honor the United States of America and those who defend it with our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Let's play some hockey. What do you say, Bob?
Yeah, you know that guy that does the national anthem, he's not so bad. Almost you might think he knows a little bit about music, right? You know, might have to practice up a little once in a while, but
every now.
James, it amazes me. Your vocals are unbelievable.
Aw. Well, thank you, Bob. It's like we've said before, good to be back in the barn, and now we get to watch a hockey game that we both rather enjoy. The women's game, just the speed and skill all the way, the physicality taken out of the game. Well, not entirely. You still have angling and pinching and those tactics, but the bone-shattering hits, a distraction that we really don't have to worry about.
Well, you know what we used to call it when they brought in no check was limited kill. So that gives you an idea that it's not all. But here's the thing.
And you come from an era where you were fair game until the next guy touched the puck.
And I got the teeth to prove it. So,
but you still have your teeth, Bob.
Not all of them are mine.
you're a hockey player.
Yeah, well, tell my poor parents they put all that money into braces for me just to lose them. But you know, going back to the fundamental stuff, James, I love watching the women's game because every level you see, the women or the young girls play a solid fundamental game, and that's a thing of beauty to watch. You know, they don't make those mistakes that you see sometimes in, well, let's face it, the men's game.
And we are off here in the first state. Delaware traveling left to right in their home whites. Liberty moving from right to left in their away Navy kits. It is the Flames on the initial attack, but only momentarily as Emma Chaffee tries to work forward up the right wing boards, get some help off the glass. Trying to hold the near point was Varga, pushing through Courtney Marino, slowed up at center. Now it's dumped forward by Chaffee, but volleyed right back by the Flames before Albert bats it forward up the left wing boards, tied up at the scorer's table. Sam Schultz surrounded by Flames from all sides, unable to make any forward progress from there, and we've got a puck out of play 47 seconds into the game.
Good start for both teams. Good feel out little phase there. Marino with some great puck support along the boards on that. Again, it's reading that, play before it develops, seeing it. You know, we used to call it read and react, and that's exactly what it is. Only the better high IQ players, the hockey IQ people, men and women, they always are way ahead of that read and react, whatever you want to call it, line. So that's what makes the great players great. They see things way before everybody else.
I mean, what was the Gretzky adage? You're not going to where the puck is, you're going to where the puck will
Exactly.
be.
Yeah, James. It's amazing to watch a player like that. You go, what's the big deal until you see them. They're always there.
How blessed were we, Bob, to watch Gretzky and Lemieux and Yager and Messier in an era when the game hasn't developed to the skill level it's at right now.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, James, because I was up watching the USA play Canada in the World Cup, and at one shift there was Lemieux, Gretzky, Messier, and on defense it was Coffey and Bork. How often they scored on the power play in 3 seconds against the U.S.
Well,
5 Hall of Famers like that.
Well, with that kind of group, no surprise. Here comes Pataniello, was on a breakaway, followed up and scored.
There you go.
By Sam Schultz.
Beautiful.
Schultz with great puck support.
That's it, James. You follow the play. Go to the net, and good things happen.
And that is exactly the case for Delaware 2 minutes and 5 seconds in. The breakaway chance fails. But Schultz follows up. And on the second shot of the game, it's 1-0 Delaware out to the early lead.
Gotta love it, right, James? You gotta love it.
A Delaware goal, scored by number 24, Sam Schultz. Assisted by number 29, Jessica Pataniello. And number 11, Courtney Marino. Time of the goal, 2 minutes and 5 seconds in the first period. Schultz from Pataniello and Marino at 2:05.
Great puck support, James. I mean, for both teams, all over the ice.
And a break in the action here just beyond the 3-minute mark of this first period. Delaware drawing first blood against their arch rivals, the Flames. Like you said, great puck support. We saw it there from Schultz putting away the rebound off the Pataniello breakout, or breakaway, I should say.
James, it's the Delaware program every year seems to get better and better. You know it?
A little bit better and better every year, absolutely. We see more depth, we see more speed. I remember when I first came here to the University of Delaware 5 seasons ago, I guess it was, as the Amanda Varga shot from through the slot right into the chest protector of Morgan Cullen, and she hangs on for a stoppage. Whenever I first came here 5 seasons ago, the women's team, good for sure, but not to the level that we're seeing so far. Granted, we're only 3.5 minutes into our coverage of them this season so far, but we see a faster team, a more skilled team, a more heads-up team than we did 5 years ago. And that's just a testament to Ken Deming and Al Gallo and Katie Smith and their investment in this program, their investment in recruiting stronger players from all around. And we're seeing a few of them right now. Julian Nema leading this shift for Delaware.
Coach.
Sophomore center, baby sister, in fact, of Jake Nema.
Yeah.
Second line center for the Delaware Division I men's team.
Well, Coach Al Gallo and I were both at Lake Placid for our master's level coaching. So, success breeds success. The better the coaching, bringing in the better players, and the program just gets better, and it attracts more players because they want to be part of something really special.
And this is a team that, too, plays an increasingly competitive schedule, of course, taking on the Liberty Flames, one of the top programs in all of North America right now. Puck controlled by Brinley Anderson in the near corner of the Liberty zone. Tried to feed it to Duenas behind the cage. Marino on the forecheck, bothering that advance. It's held in at the left point by Olivia Hootie. Thrown into traffic from Long range, blocked back into Hootie's path, thrown through the slot rather. It bounces to the near corner. Looked like it was off the stick of Schultz, the lone goal scorer so far for Delaware. But the Flames are able to bulldoze clear. Alexandra Rodney just to 4 of the blue line. Failed to keep the momentum going. Here up the left wing boards, Kiana Ziegler, bothered by Pataniello. Still pinned in her own zone. Ceded possession to Emily Gallagher, the Pittsburgher. Gallagher working to the left half wall, leaves it to Hootie up high. Long range shot blocked off the skate of Duenas. Gallagher tries to work it forward, can't generate a shot. Pataniello to her aid. No dice there either. Marino, centering feed, tried to set one on a tee for Gallagher 15 feet out, but it sails past her reach. And now Kiana Ziegler races up the left wing boards, gets as far as the Delaware blue line, plays the carom in behind. Puck rolls to the base of the Delaware bench, where it's pushed forward by Hootie once again, hustling on the back check to try to get things going, but Duenas crossing, or rather that was Camille Spinagle crossing to the right point to maintain the zone for Liberty. The dump and chase from there enables them to get some fresh legs on as we reach the 6-minute mark of this first period. Delaware drawing first blood. It was the Sam Schultz rebound off the Jessica Pataniello breakaway, if you're just joining us, to make this a 1-0 game.
You know, James, watching Marino out there on that shift, she's not the biggest of players, but
no,
don't tell her that, because she
is tenacious as all get out.
She's an absolute force. But again, watching the little things, watch the regroup and the simple little, don't try to overplay the puck or overdo it. Make the smart play, just like there. Play the body.
As you can.
Yeah, I mean, it's sometimes the higher the skill level, as for some of these guys, they overdo things, and it eventually, good defensemen or teams that are used to playing that level, they're going to beat you. Where here, if you play as a unit at any level, actually, it really pays off, James.
Absolutely, like we saw in the earlier game, and like we're seeing here so far in this game, as Connolly will be called back offside. Dominique Duegas just over the line, couldn't get back in position.
You know what I'm loving so far too, James, is Delaware is not showing any respect to Liberty, like, oh, Liberty's got this. They're going at them, and I love that. The pit bull mentality.
No fear, not ceding any ground whatsoever.
Exactly.
Anderson clears. Liebman has to hustle to get back on side as Christina Green dumps the puck in up the left wing boards. Karams out to just inside the blue line near side. Now muscling through is Amanda Varga in a one-on-one. Varga versus Albert. Liebman chases her from astern. Shot bothered. Cullen tries to track it in. Puck is loose in front and corralled by Morgan Thrush for Delaware. Thrush lumbers up the left wing boards, gets to Red before chipping the puck into the far corner. She'll come off in favor of some fresh legs on the Delaware side. But here come the Flames back on the offensive. Kiana Ziegler couldn't punch the puck past Chaffee, slowing her up in the neutral zone. Pushed back in over to the Liberty side. Volleyed right back to Albert just inside her own blue line. Lofted over the head of Chaffee, but intercepted by Sarah Laporte. Walked in, shot from the top of the left circle. Stick down, and then gloved by Morgan Cullen for the stoppage.
It's a real treat to watch somebody that's coming back on the back check actually know who to pick up. Chaffee coming back, didn't worry about the person with the puck. Figured, let my teammate do her job, and she picked up the breaker down the middle, and it stopped a scoring chance for Liberty, because now the puck comes off a rebound. There's nowhere to go because she's got the player.
Good heads-up play there from Emma Chaffee for sure. Liberty grinding away. Natter surrounded by blue hens at the near half wall. A 1-on-3 tie-up. Reaching in to try to extract the puck was Olivia Hootie. Did, but Spinagle recovered for Liberty. Back to Laporte at the Flames blue line. Worked forward up the middle. Dumped in now by Alexandra Rodney. But the Hens back check right there. 4 Hens down low behind inside the dots. And
thing of beauty.
I know you love to see a good back check, Bob. We've stood in the parking lot talking about defense for 3 hours after some games. Some nights it feels like.
Well, I just love players that really
it's a
love
wonder
the game.
Tracy and Lauren tolerate us some days.
Well, you know, you can always tell the players that just really work hard and love the game because their hockey IQ is
through the roof.
Sometimes off the chart.
Natter holding the zone, fed the puck by Spinagle after Laporte won the battle in the far corner. Shot was off its target, so still only 2 aside for these teams as we work our way to the halfway point of the first period, and the Flames are pressed back out to center to regroup. Laporte to Natter. Working back to her own blue line, tries to ricochet it off the near wall to Gaddy, but Olivia Hootie was able to reach in and slam the puck back deep into Liberty territory. We have hit the halfway point of this first period. Well, a couple seconds away from it anyway. Delaware 1, Liberty 0 if you're just joining us here on Delaware Hockey Night. Pivoting behind the Liberty cage, Laporte looking for room under heavy forechecking pressure from Julia Nima. Now Laporte, rather this is Delaney Adams working forward. Senior winger striding in. Hard shot from just outside the left dot into the chest protector of Cullen, who holds for the stoppage.
Adams for Liberty. She's got some speed.
I mean, we've seen her. We've seen Sarah Laporte.
Yeah.
We've seen Julia Hoffmeyer. Brand new goaltending tandem for this team. But like you said, Adams, Laporte, they've certainly got some speed and some ability, and they can put some mustard on the puck too.
She got up on that edge and got outside real quick and got a nice scoring chance. And Cullen stayed square and made the nice save.
Senior netminders really developed quite nicely too over the last few seasons. She's just a solid backstop all around for this Delaware side, making her 5th save of the game, and she lets this one go, turning aside that long shot from the left point. Anderson maintains, gives it up to Paige Winterberg, clogging up the slot. She clears, puck beyond the reach of Cassie McFadden, and it's volleyed back from the Liberty blue line by Dominique Duenas. In comes Gallagher, angled to the near corner of the Liberty zone by a pair of Flame defenders, tries to put one on a tee for Rosenthal waiting net front, couldn't find her fellow Blue Hen there, and here comes Madison Conley the other direction for Liberty. Trying to punch in right toward the cage from above the right dot. Chaffee stick checked that puck away from her reach. Fresh Blue Hens come on.
Great back check by Rosenthal on that, James.
Absolutely. Up the middle again, here comes Pataniello, but in traffic this time. She's forced to the near wall by Madison Gaddy still. Pataniello able to get a shot off, trying to follow on the doorstep again, and was Schultz. Couldn't quite find the angle, and Izzy Bucket didn't have to move a muscle on that. Icing waved off as this play migrates from right to left. With just over 8 minutes to go in the first period of a 1-0 hockey game, Delaware leading Liberty in this first DVCHC matchup between these two College Hockey East defectors. Laporte up the left wing boards, finds Gaddy at center, dumping the puck in from there. Slowed up at the corner, turned back by Hootie the other direction. Batted on further by Bussi before Spinagle tried to turn it back the other way for the Flames. Bonfilio bulldozes through up the left wing boards, gained some territory for Delaware but lost the puck as Laporte turns it back the other direction. We call that a head woman pass or a head man pass, or what term do we use there?
A good pass.
let's go that way. It's just a good pass for sure. Ahead to Ziegler. Bob, we call so much men's hockey, sometimes we trip over the terminology,
but you know, again, this is, you watch the little things, and it's really it's really fun to watch.
Here's a one-on-one. Ziegler slowed up at the blue line. Good back check by Olivia Hootie to stonewall her at the blue line. Here come the Flames again. Ziegler waiting for Spinagle to connect. That pass broken up amply by Julia Nima, who lost her stick at the Liberty blue line in what was a very effective defensive play. Breakout pass from Laporte beyond the reach of Ziegler, handled by Crittenden. Volleyed back across neutral territory. Laporte tried to carry it on through, but was pickpocketed by Courtney Marino. Marino trailed into the zone by Pataniello. lost the puck. Pataniello leaves it back to Winterberg, holding the left point. Dumped in, corralled by Natter. Played up the near side. Holding the near point was Crittenden, swatting the puck high. It comes down in the control of Natter, caromed around. Marino leaves it again for Winterberg. Centered off her backhand, comes back to her, just inside the blue line. Again, she tries to advance, but finds heavy traffic in the slot area, and this will be an icing with 5:54 to go in the first period. Delaware up 1-0.
So, James, you know, you watch that pressure that Delaware's putting on Liberty. That kind of pressure will pay off. You know, they're just kind of swarming, but they're rotating real nice through each other's positions. They're not giving Liberty any easy outs. Nothing right up the ice. It's just nothing contested. It's all being contested, just like right now. There you go. Just
not giving any space. The forecheck is strong from Liebman, but here this time Liberty is able to break through. But what are they left with? A 2-on-2 and a forced dump and chase is Spinagle. Finding no opportunity for an odd woman rush, dumps the puck into the Delaware zone and uses the opportunity for some fresh legs. Here's Albert back up the right wing boards for the Hens. Slowed up mid-zone effectively by Varga. This will be a delayed penalty, and it will go against Delaware.
Good old-fashioned trip, right, James? Yeah, it's really fun to watch when players are rotating through. So you attack the puck, your teammate goes and picks up their first outlet, your other line mate picks up the second outlet. The deep makes sure they're lined up on somebody, and let's face it, up into this power play, Liberty hasn't had a whole lot of really good scoring chances. And the few that they've had, Collins just sucked them right up. So Delaware's doing a really good job.
And for the first time this game, the Delaware Blue Hens are headed to the Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill. The Hens will try to kill off this penalty. Delaware trash can cleaning kills off the bacteria that accumulate in your trash and recycling bins. They use high-pressure hot water to do so, helping keep you, your families, and your homes healthy and safe. Visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com to schedule your first cleaning today.
I wonder if they want to expand that to hockey bags, because there's some serious bacteria, and, well, the smell.
Coach, you're not kidding. I think everybody tuning in probably knows that smell too.
We used to leave my son Bobby's equipment in the basement. We never had trouble with bugs. They weren't crazy enough to come in.
Delaware penalty, assessed to number 16, Priya Albert. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 14 minutes, 39 seconds in the first period. Albert 2 for tripping at 14:39.
I like the way Delaware started off this kill. They're attacking. They're aggressive. You got to watch Adams here.
Slapper from center point.
And there's why. She's got a cannon.
Yes, she does, Bob. Shot in from the corner. That from Sarah Laporte blocked away. Follow-up chance. Natter missed her target, so that won't count as a shot on goal. 7 so far for Liberty. That chance from Adams stick-checked up into the netting and out of play with 4:26 to go.
That's called getting your stick in the lanes. Schultz did a great job with that because, like we were saying, she's got a great shot out at the point, and she unleashed it, but it went harmlessly up into the good net, which is the net above the glass if you're a Delaware fan.
At least going this direction.
Yeah.
Another shot, that from Sarah Laporte. Gloved down by Cullen for another break in the action halfway through the Albert penalty. Quick face-off as both sides elect to keep their same complement of players on. And now the Hens clear thanks to Hudi working up the left wing boards. Kiana Ziegler saw her advance stunted at the top of the near circle as she was hacked at and the puck taken away from her. Adams, another shot, this time from the right half wall. Covered up by Cullen yet again.
Adams is not afraid to shoot from anywhere. And with that shot, that's not a bad idea. You know, sometimes you'll catch a goalie sort of repositioning because you're at a bad angle or they're a little bit, you know, thinking where's the puck going to come across, who's in front of the net kind of thing. And the next thing you know, the puck is on him from a bad angle, and you'd be surprised how many times that'll actually go in.
Spinagle trying to carry the puck forward from the left half wall. Gave it away to Hootie, who fired this one the length of the ice. It nearly trickled in after Bucket misplayed it. But the Flames were able to regroup in their own zone. But to the Delaware Blue Hens' credit, great kill on this first shorthanded situation.
That was a really good kill, James. You're right.
Good back check. Conley surrounded by Blue Hens upon gaining the Delaware line. Stepping up to the far point, Brinley Anderson slams the puck in deeper, but gives it away to Crittenden. Carried on by Nema, splitting defenders. She generates a breakaway. She shoots and scores! Julian Nema on an absolutely gorgeous breakaway. Makes this a 2-0 hockey game.
Do you think she'll kind of tell her brother, hey, watch this one. This is how you do it. So, that was great.
You want to know something, Bob? That was only the third Delaware shot of the night.
Not bad. 2 for 3. Now that's almost more like a lacrosse percentage. But that's
well, the shots have gone on the top of the net, as it would in lacrosse too.
Yeah, I mean that was a great play. Didn't mess around, no fancy deeks or any of that. She just saw what she wanted to shoot at and put it there. I like that.
A Delaware goal scored by number 12, Julia Nema. Assisted by number 55, Abigail Crittenden.
Nice shot. You know, Delaware played a heck of a good period.
We'll try to get you the time of that goal, too.
Yeah, Delaware's played a really good period. And what the old saying is those early 2-goal leads can be the most dangerous, James. And so let's see if Delaware can keep pushing Liberty here, because you know Liberty's not just gonna.
Oh, they're not gonna lay down.
Yeah,
no.
This is a good team, and they've got some really good players.
Albert holding the blue line airtight for Delaware, so the Flames will rechart their course up the near side. Spinagle floats the puck off her backhand in behind the Delaware net. Time of the goal, 17 minutes, 4 seconds in the first period. Nema from Crittenden at 17:04. Play halted offside with 1.5 minutes to go here in the opening frame. Delaware with a 2-0 lead, and impressively on only 3 shots, but both of them scoring chances generated in the neutral zone.
Yep. A++.
Both of them taking advantage of defensive breakdowns in the neutral zone, finding that extra oomph to generate the odd woman rushes, breakaway turning into a 2-on-1 on one occasion, and then just an all-out breakaway, and Julian Nema just making it look easy. Like you said, nothing fancy, just speed and stick handling and a wicked shot at the end.
Honestly, as good as Liberty is right now, Delaware is just outworking them. This could be dangerous.
2-on-2, Sarah Laporte taking aim from 35 feet, top of the right circle, right into the chest protector of Cullen for a textbook save, her 10th of the night.
When you get both your defensemen backing in like that, James, on basically a 1-on-2, that can present a lot of problems. In that situation, one of the 2 defensemen want to go out and attack. They want to stagger themselves a little bit and one of the two has to attack that shooter.
One
you can't let her
attacks
walk
the
in.
shooter / puck handler, the
Yeah.
other surveying the rest of the action to keep an eye on any potential passes.
And if your partner misses them, you're there to back her up. So it's important not to let a player walk in like that and get that shot and use you as a screen, even worse.
Held in by Hootie at the right point, given away to Laporte. Volleyed back to Hootie, but she's drawn to center. Meanwhile, Boosie has to tag up, does. Re-enters to apply forechecking pressure, and in doing so, disrupting an attempted Flames breakout. Nima behind her own goal, wearing the 12, once worn by Blue Hens standout Carly Smythe for years, and Steve Cannon says there is no goal at the end of the first period, ruling that the horn had sounded before the puck had entered the net.
Well, that was close, James. And
Sure was, Bob.
It just took a weird bounce. Nothing that Cullen could do, really. It just was one of those ones that went up and over, but luckily it didn't count. So, Delaware is up 2-0, and for good reason. Again, as we were saying before the game started, fundamentals are so important at any level. And right here, when you're playing a really good quality opponent, the little mistakes cost you games, and Delaware's not making them. They're doing a great job. That was a great first period, and if they can continue to do that, they should come out of this game with a W.
They've taken advantage of Liberty's mistakes. They've
Yes.
capitalized. They've generated the opportunities to score. They've generated a couple grade A scoring chances, and that's been the difference maker on one end of the ice, and Morgan Cullen's been the difference maker on the other end, supported by a really, really strong back check. I like a lot what I'm seeing from Delaware here in the first period.
And Cullen, you can tell when a goalie's on. You watch them how they're tracking the puck all the time. She knew where it was every square inch.
Absolutely.
Although that last one was a weird pop-up, and she knew. She was like
But she was saved by the bell all.
She's like, I'll just throw him a bone, let him flip it over my head and tease him because no. But seriously though, she's been really tracking the puck. Excellent. It's been a really good team effort right now.
Well, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna get a little bit of water, and we encourage you to take a break too. Great first period from the Delaware Blue Hens, bounding out to a 2-0 lead over the Liberty Flames with one in the books. This is Delaware Hockey Night, brought to you by 412 Communications. Welcome back to Fred Rest Arena. Welcome back to Delaware Hockey Night. 10 Liberty shots, but Morgan Cullen stood tall for all of them. 178 feet away. The Delaware Blue Hens. Wow, what a first period from them. Goals from both Sam Schultz and Julian Nima to give the Hens a 2-0 lead through 20 minutes. James Witherite and Bob Thomas bringing you this game. Our May-December pairing back together after a year and a half.
I'm May. I call dibs on May.
Yeah, well, even though I was born in May, you're the.
Me too.
You're the older one here. So.
Wait, May what?
7th.
Oh, okay. 19th.
You're
May
still
19th.
the older one.
There we go. I am the older one.
You are the Delaware Hockey Night elder statesman.
And I've got the walking stick today to prove it. Total hip surgery November 15th. So everybody, keep your fingers crossed that they put the right parts in the right places, and hopefully I'll be back on the ice in a short period of time to coach at Salesianum.
So
James,
this means we get you for what, 6-7 weeks, and then we'll have to pipe you in from home during intermission reports.
Hopefully, I'll be up and moving pretty quick because I work in physical therapy, so I got to practice what I preach. Got to get myself moving real quick. James, this has been so much fun. Do you think we could have a third game? So maybe if some pickup game comes in, we could actually do that one right after this one, because this has been a blast.
Well, I don't think we can do that, but next Friday, and we'll actually get the graphic up for this.
Yes.
Next Friday, the Delaware Division II Blue Hens will get a chance to redeem themselves as they take on North Carolina State. And the crew is going to get a little bit bigger starting next week, as the voice of University of Maryland hockey over the past couple seasons, Mark McClure, is jumping ship and joining us here at Delaware Hockey Night for the fall semester of his senior year. So he'll be joining us as a DHN intern for October, November, and December, and we are absolutely thrilled to have Mark on board with us as he completes his studies as a Terrapin. But I guess you say behind enemy lines.
Yeah, that's all right.
Part of the DHN production. Second period underway. Delaware and their home whites traveling right to left. But a failed breakout from Chaffee gives way to a Natter shot from long range. Sprawling to make the save once, twice was Morgan Cullen. Poked out of harm's way by Albert, who got tripped up over Madison Conley's stick in a race for the puck in the near corner. Corralled by Sam Schultz. Her stick lifted by Conley as she tries to traverse her own zone. Dumped in by Varga. The puck ends up in the far corner where Pataniello is unable to clear, maintaining the left point. Liberty captain Sarah Laporte. Recovered by Albert behind her own goal 40 seconds into the second period. Marino can't do anything with it high in the zone, crossing over and backhanding it out of harm's way with Schultz. Ahead to Marino, one-on-one. Looked slapper at the top of the left circle. It was off its line as she was marked well by Sarah Laporte. Good back check from the Liberty captain there, I'd say, Bob.
Real good.
In the slot, Varga reaches for the puck. Can't backhand it free of the zone. Mia Bonfilio holding the right point for Delaware. Worked in toward Mackenzie Kelly, that was. Below the cage. Couldn't put one on the doorstep. And Corey Busey out of position, too, to finish on that opportunity. Chipped in by Varga from center for Liberty as play migrates from left to right. The Flames will use this as an opportunity to get some fresh legs on. Meanwhile, Olivia Hootie, 200-foot player for Delaware, dresses as a forward on occasion, as a defenseman on others. Works as far as center before giving way to Delaney Adams. Under a heavier Delaware forecheck, Adams gave way, and Bonfilio floated the puck in deep before the Flames volleyed back the other direction, and Nima able to clear her zone. In comes Madison Gaddy the other way, rolls the puck in behind the Delaware cage where it's corralled by Bonfilio, chipped over the stick of a reaching Delaney Adams into the reach now of Hootie, who clears. Tony Armetta says no icing. It was tipped on its way through by a Flames player. No, that's Tim Foreman out there, not Tony. Tony had the first game. Timmy and Steve Cannon this game. You know, that's one of the.
It starts with a T.
Coach, that's one of the dangers of working 2 games back-to-back is everything starts to bleed together. And it's like calling a horse in the first race in the 10th.
There you go.
Yeah, I think we've all done that at some point. Shot from Crittenden at the right point. Bobbles off its path to the near corner, where it was chased down by Adams. Set up by Schultz, nobody home. And Hoffmeyer clears up the left wing boards, and this will come back and icing.
It's like the pace seems a little bit slower this beginning of this period. Delaware got pinned in a few times, but they didn't panic. Did a good job. Liberty's going to push hard right out the get-go because they're down 2-0. So Delaware, just keep up the work, but don't make the mistakes by losing your composure or forcing things. Do just exactly what they did. Pick up another opposing player, and everybody does their job.
The chances have been absolutely quantity for Liberty, but absolute quality for Delaware.
Yeah.
They need to generate more. They need to generate more momentum and get some more of those quality chances. A 2-goal lead, like we said before, is
dangerous.
It is dangerous. It is deceptively uncomfortable.
Players can sometimes tend to relax a little bit more than they should. You always tell the players, keep thinking it's a 0-0 game. But it's not always easy. They see the score, it's 2-0.
3, you can let the foot off the gas a little bit, but 2, that gives way too much space to the other side. You take the foot off the gas, they can make it a 1-goal game pretty quickly. Like we saw earlier today when Rowan was up 3-1, and all of a sudden at the end of the second period, they found themselves in a 3-3 tie with Delaware. Ultimately, the Profs did pull it off in the end, battling back to that 4-3 win, but they had to earn every last inch of it.
You're right, James. A two-goal lead, though, you give up a goal, things tighten up real quick on the team. So, if like you said, if you're up 3, you give up 1, you still have some leeway. But 2, now everything is, down to 1 goal. Plenty of time left, though. Plenty of time in this game. And
35 and a half minutes of time left in this hockey game. So Delaware's got the time to build on that lead, but they haven't mustered a shot on net in the first 4.5 minutes of this second period.
Well, that's the thing, James. Like you had said, if there's one area that Delaware needs to get going, is the offense has got to start getting shots. You can't rely on, scoring on 66% of your shots. It's not going to happen.
Madison Natter trying to cross through the high slot. Saw the puck poke checked away from her by that strong Delaware back check, which, in addition to Morgan Collins' net minding, has really been the story of this hockey game. Varga, near corner, caroms the puck to the far side below the goal, batted by Green. Now to Hootie, posting up behind her own net. Back it rolls to Green, far side. She's challenged by the forechecking Gabby Mueller. Puck stolen. Varga shot into traffic, blocked down by Cullen. Cleared out of harm's way, but Laporte holds the zone for Liberty. Net front scrum. Cullen reaches to cover, and she does.
There you go, James. She's tracking the puck.
She's dialed in 14 shots, 14 saves.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times you can tell if a goalie's tracking the puck real well. You just watch their eyes. If they're searching around and not knowing, then it could be a long night. Oh, that looked like a trip there. Oh, and I think they got it.
Here comes Mackenzie Kelly. No, lost her shot lane. Delayed penalty coming up. It will be against Liberty. There, we've actually got the graphic to show you that now. Nima double teamed in the near corner, preserving the puck. Extra attacker is on for Delaware, and now we get the stoppage.
James, is this Delaware's first power play?
This is.
Yeah, so this will be good to see if they can get that 3-goal lead.
What they make of it as Brinley Anderson comes off for a trip, 5:54 into the second period.
Yeah, I mean it's like you said, Delaware's got to get some offense going. They can't rely on one shot here or one shot there, and your goaltender all night.
Well, Delaware for the first time tonight on the Colonial Motors Power Play. You too can score on the Colonial Motors Power Play. Get your next pre-owned car at one of 3 Central Delaware locations or visit their online home and browse their vast inventory at colonialmotorsinc.com. Colonial Motors, proud sponsors of Delaware Hockey Night. Liberty penalty, assessed to number 24, Brinley Anderson. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 5 minutes, 54 seconds in the second period. Anderson, 2 for tripping at 5:54. Couple shots at net to start this power play, but none of them on net. And the Flames ultimately were able to clear and send the Hens chasing back into their own zone. Trying to muscle through traffic, Sam Schultz saw her stick lifted just above the right dot. Couldn't keep her momentum going. Dumped the puck in behind. Cleared out by Laporte. Slammed the puck off the near boards as far as the Delaware stripe, where it's corralled by Thrush. Worked over to the far wall, and now carried in by Albert. Drop pass to the right point, and Pataniello worked down low. Centering feed from Albert was intended for Bussi, but blocked and cleared by Natter, holding close to home for the Flames. Good defense on this penalty kill so far by the Liberty ladies.
Delaware's making it a little easy on them, too, because they're not getting the puck set up, James. So you're not really tiring the killers out. You know, if you're just one and done, ice and go. But I do know one thing.
Cycle, collapse the umbrella, keep the penalty killers moving, try to tire them out, try to get the goalie to give up half the net, dot-to-dot pass, bang. That's what you're trying to do.
Yeah, Delaware wasn't able to establish a good setup on that whole power play, and it really allowed the penalty killers for Liberty not to have to work real hard. So I'll tell you, the one player that Delaware does not want to let get cranked up is 19 Adams. Again, she's got a good shot, but she has got some wheels. She almost went end to end there, but Delaware attacked her the right way, forced her into the boards, doubled it up, and consequently she didn't get even a scoring chance out of it. But she has some wheels, so you don't want to let her free skate out there at all. But I would have liked to seen on that power play, even if they didn't score, just to get some scoring opportunities. You know, make the short, quick, hard passes on the power play, but they just didn't get it set up. So if they get another power play, hopefully they'll do it, although they have a few seconds left here.
Actually, they're
back on the power play.
Colonial Motors power play after a too many skaters on the ice.
I missed that one completely. Boy, James, it's been a year and a half.
It sure has, Bob.
I looked up and I thought that power play should be over, but well, here Delaware gets a chance to redeem themselves.
They do.
You know, so
right in the slot, losing her footing there was Marino. Nema tries to keep the momentum going. Shot sticked away easily by Bucket.
Maybe a
Liberty penalty.
A little bit better communication.
For too many skaters on the ice, too many players on the ice at 8:13. Liberty bench minor. Too many players on the ice at 8:13. It will be served by number 14, Amanda Varga. Sorry to preempt you there, Bob.
Oh, that's okay. I'm watching here to see if they can get it set up. I think that they're just rushing it a little bit, James. They get into the zone and they want to get the shot right away, but good power play's got to have some patience to it. You know, move the puck around, get their players' feet moving, so that they get out of those passing and shooting lanes. And right now, Delaware's not doing that, and I think it's just being a little bit antsy. You know, just slow it down, get it in.
Move the puck. Look for the high percentage shot. You know who taught me that?
Me?
You.
Oh, yeah. That's nah.
in one of our long parking lot post game chats.
One of the million. So, yeah, I mean, here it's like, you know, get it down. They're giving you the hash marks, so take it, set it up, you know, and then look for either the back door or your point. But don't just throw it to the net for the sake of trying to get a shot. It's got to be you want quality as well.
You know, despite the one shot from Nema, Delaware really squandered 4 minutes of a one-woman advantage. I hate to say it because it sounds terrible, but they absolutely wasted both of those power plays.
Yeah, again, it's just a matter of more communication on the ice. First off, you know, there's verbal and nonverbal communication, and it didn't seem like
there was either.
The Hens were doing either. So hopefully that doesn't come back and bite them in the proverbial keister. So
you were searching for that word, weren't you?
Well, I got to pat myself on the back because it almost went the wrong direction.
Well, as a Maritimer here, at least partially. So,
yeah.
I think I'm an honorary Maritimer. The first word that came to mind certainly wasn't keister.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy that for an old truck driver, I'm pretty happy that keister.
For an old hockey player too.
Yeah.
9 minutes to go in the second period. Delaware 2, Liberty 0. If you're just joining us on Delaware Hockey Night, maybe Bob and I have a little too much fun sometimes. It shouldn't be legal to have this much fun, but
that's what the beauty of this sport is. It's the greatest sport in the world. At least to me, I know I'm biased, but it's a sport where it's also great fun to play and great fun to watch. And if you're not having fun during it all, you're missing the whole point.
Winterberg guilty of an icing with 8.5 minutes to go in the second period. 2-0 the score. Again, Liberty with the quantity of opportunities. Delaware so far with the quality, but not so much able to generate those chances here in the second period, and a lot of that their own doing. Puck over skated by Cassie McFadden at the Liberty blue line, picked up cleanly by Gaddy, worked back into the Delaware side up the near wall, chased down by Adams, a 2-on-2 scrum developing behind netminder Morgan Cullen's left shoulder. Recovered, centered to Gaddy, her shot blocked by Paige Winterberg.
Great block, James.
Right off her shin. And now the Hens, namely Cassie McFadden, unable to clear up the near boards. Anderson doing well to hold the zone airtight for Liberty. Long shot came from Adams, that 25 feet away, but it sailed wide of the cage to the near corner, corralled by Winterberg yet again. Paige Winterberg, the Texan, accelerating up the left wing boards. Tried to get the puck back from McFadden after a touch pass coming from her over the center logo. Intercepted by the Flames. They set up. No, they don't. Failed drop pass top of the left circle. Muscled free by Pataniello. Into neutral territory. Her stick lifted by that of Dominique Duenas. And in goes Amanda Varga, bodied into the backboards by Abigail Crittenden.
Gotta love it.
That was reminiscent of something Shannon McDermott might do.
James.
Her body checking skill was just, she delivered the cleanest, hardest body checks I've ever seen. Granted, illegal in women's hockey, but.
Yeah. Legalities in the eyes of the beholder. Isn't that a saying, or did I just make that up?
You probably made that up.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, James, one thing I'd like to see the Hens doing right now is not playing around with it so much in the neutral zone. It's attack the neutral zone, and then right here should, she's got some room, but get it in deep and make their D have to retrieve and work them down low.
And there Schultz tried to center the puck to Marino, but little Courtney Marino surrounded by a trio of Flames in the mid slot and really had no chance at all on that play.
Yeah, it's one of those ones you're better off a lot of times get in and take that shot and have your teammates be able to crash. It's a lot harder to cover somebody when they don't have the puck.
And they know Marino's dangerous, so they put 3 women on her.
Yeah.
Laporte behind the Liberty goal as we come inside the final 6 minutes of the second period. Delaware 2, Liberty nothing. Shot from Morgan Thrush off the turnover, blocked away by Bucket to the far corner, recovered by Liberty's Sarah Laporte, and out it goes. Tipped on by Alexandra Rodney. Race on for this puck. It was won by Delaney Adams, so Foreman washes out the icing. Adams looking for a shot lane, finds one, sticked up in the air by Priya Albert. Adams gets her own rebound, puts one on a T-net front. Sarah Laporte fanned on it at the top of the blue paint. Marked pretty well by Chaffee, holding close to home, offering aid to Cullen. Shot
Good
from
save.
Laporte left dot right into Morgan Cullen's chest protector. 16 shots, 16 saves, 5:11 to go in the second period. Delaware nursing a 2-0 lead, but sweating some bullets here in the second.
Good thing that Cullen is playing as good as she is, because she's been squared on every single shot. Not once do I think she was really out of position on any of the shots that Liberty's had.
Even the secondary chances, she's been right in position. She's been bounding right back up on her feet, dropping from the butterfly, getting back up.
Yeah.
And squaring up for the next shot just as quickly, or sliding post to post if she needs to. She's just a terrific, aware, athletic goalie, and it shows tonight.
Very good. And, you know, and I know Delaware hasn't had many chances, but Bucket's been playing strong too. You know, positionally she's strong. The couple goals that were scored, she was left out high and dry.
Unfortunately for her, the stat line really doesn't reflect that. Only 5 shots on goal that she's faced.
And again, Delaware, this is what you call when you're not generating much offense, you just have to go to playing ugly, which means don't try to make all the passes in the zone here, in the offensive zone. Get the shot like that right there. Follow it up. You know,
Schultz swarmed in, couldn't keep the momentum going as the puck's muscled free by Mueller for Liberty.
Well, you know, even if you dipsy doodle and everything and you put it in the net, or you pick up the old rebound thing, it still only counts for 1 goal. So it doesn't matter. And I think Delaware just needs to try to get the offense going by putting it in deep, hard forecheck, get it to the net, pick up the rebounds, and put it in.
You've just sounded like every hockey press conference in the last 20 years, all rolled up together, Coach.
I do write scripts for the coaches in the NHL.
Shot from Anderson, blocked down, and then swatted out of harm's way by Cullen. Save number 17 for her. Puck tied up in the far corner. 3.5 minutes to go here in the second period. Hens unable to build on a 2-0 lead as Liberty's really outmanned them in terms of position and possession here in the second period as well. Courtney Marino gets to center, lofts the puck along the left wing wall. Deep into Liberty territory, fresh legs coming on for the Hens with 3 minutes to go. Puck carried on out by Laporte, crossing through center, deked her way around a couple defensemen. That shot went off the crossbar and into the netting, out of play.
But again, Cullen was square.
She was ready for it the whole way through, no question.
Watch what happens, James, if you go into the third period with her playing like this. You'll start seeing Liberty missing on the outsides, fine misses, because they're trying to pick a spot because you get frustrated.
They've got the ability to shoot accurately, no question about it. But like you said, Cullen's been
solid,
super dialed in, answered every call so far. Up the right boards for Delaware comes Chaffee. Floats the puck in. That shot covered and held on to by Izzy Bucket. 2.5 minutes to go in the frame.
So this has to be brought up. I'm a big fan of like the British comedies. There's a show called Keeping Up Appearances. The main character,
Bouquet.
Her name is, but yeah, it's Bucket, but she refused to go by Bucket.
Hyacinth
It's Bouquet.
Bouquet, yes.
Yeah, so Izzy, I'm sure, is Bucket, and I'm sure she's fine with it. But
although I'm more an Are You Being Served fan.
Oh, I loved it. Great show.
2:15 to go in the second period. More about the Britcoms later. Meanwhile, in the far corner, Julian Nima, surrounded by a pair of Flames, gets some support now from Busey working behind the net. Busey hacked at as she works her way to the near corner by Laporte. Across to Nima, tried to set one up for Kelly, crashing the net, couldn't connect with her. That puck swatted out of harm's way. Madison Natter holding close to home on D for the Flames as we enter the penultimate minute of the second period. Delaware with a 2-0 lead over arch rival Liberty. Laporte dumps from center. Fresh forwards coming on. Fresh defenders coming on too. And a body checking penalty assessed with 99 seconds to go.
That's a
here in the period.
Yeah, that's a tough call because it is a check, but at the same time it's sort of like you just kind of playing into that position. This is big now. Delaware has to kill this because you don't want to going into the third with a 2-1 lead. It's a tough spot to take a penalty.
For the first time tonight, the Delaware Blue Hens ladies team go on the Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill. The Hens will try to kill off this penalty. Delaware trash can cleaning kills the germs and bacteria that develop and accumulate in your trash and recycling bins. Marino breakaway. Score!
I'll tell you what, James.
Courtney Marino, coast to coast, shorthanded goal. Wow.
Do you get the sense that Schultz and Marino are used to playing with each other especially on the kill? That was a perfect read. Schultz did a heck of a great job pulling that off the boards.
Feels like it, eh, Bob?
Yeah, I mean, she pulls the puck off the boards, tries to get out once, takes it the second time, gets it up there. Marino's reading it perfect, takes off and goes. Fundamental, great hockey IQ, great play by both of them, and a huge goal. The shorty is massive.
That changes the momentum all
Sure
the more
does.
for Delaware. Like we've said, that 3-goal lead, so much more comfortable.
Now you can really start to see, hopefully Delaware can open up the offensive a little bit more after this kill. But that's big because that takes a lot of the steam out of Liberty when you give up a shorty like that.
That early in the power play, too. 1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute restant dans la période. Delaware penalty assessed to number 55, Abigail Crittenden. 2 minutes for body checking. Time of the penalty, 18:21 in the second period. Crittenden, 2 for body checking at 18:21.
So, James, with that shorthanded goal like that, we would always joke and say, look, if we get a power play, we decline it and we'll offer to go shorthanded because that short of time they got more offense on the shorty than they did on the 2 power plays.
A Delaware goal scored by number 11, Courtney Marino. Assisted by number 24, Sam Schultz. And number 6, Olivia Hootie. Time of the shorthanded goal, 18:33 in the second period. Marino from Schultz and Hootie at 18:33, a shorthanded goal.
Boy, Marino is really fired up. She's putting pressure on everything out there. Like I always say, it's amazing what a goal will do, not for just the player, but the whole team.
Absolutely, and we're coming to the end of the second period. 40 minutes in the books. And the Delaware Blue Hens, thanks to that Courtney Marino shorthanded goal, will head to the dressing room up 3-0 over Liberty. We'll take a break here on Delaware Hockey Night, all brought to you by 412 Communications. Welcome back to Delaware Hockey Night. We are live from Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware. James Witherite, Bob Thomas joining you here this evening as through 2 periods, Delaware has built up a 3-0 lead over Liberty in this Women's Division II matchup. Delaware Hockey Night brought to you by our good friends at Limestone Pension Associates. 412 Communications, the new gold standard in digital media solutions for small businesses. First State Ice Hockey, Colonial Motors, and Delaware Trash Can Cleaning. Bob Thomas, the other half of this broadcasting crew, the hockey expert here in the press box. And
well, you said that, not me, James. I'm far from the expert. There
are 2 men who have taught me so much about this game. You are one of them, and
well, thank you, James. But it's easy to
talking to you and talking to Coach Cannon.
Yeah, Sean's a great guy. But it's easy to teach somebody that loves it so much, that just is a sponge. It's an easy game to get into your blood, though, isn't it?
Sure is.
Like, you would think maybe as I get old, I'd get tired of going into hockey rinks, but it never gets old, James. It's what keeps you young, despite the old bones.
Despite the walking stick and the hip.
I'm telling you. Well, it's been rough.
Just don't beat me with that thing if I make a mistake, yeah?
Well, that's why I brought it. I'm walking just fine. I don't really need it. It's just in case I need to hit you with it. Like Coach Brian with, at Slasiana when he starts talking to ref, he even said, "Hit me with your clipboard." Okay, so
it was the quietest he's been, and I don't know. Liberty starting this 3rd period with a half-minute left on their power play. Adams, long shot from center point, blocked down by Kelly in the slot. Tried to advance it to Julia Nima, but the puck evades her reach. And the Crittenden body checking penalty has successfully been called off.
How big was that shorty?
That I think was a game changer.
Absolutely.
Courtney Marino, 12 seconds into the shorthanded situation. Coast-to-coast breakaway off the feed from Sam Schultz. And she goes top corner to beat Izzy Bucket. And that 2-0 lead, now 3-0. Big game changer for Delaware, absolutely. They've not been able to muster many opportunities, but the ones they have, they've made count.
You bet. Do you think Marino would get mad at me if I said a shorty by the
Don't go there.
Shorty?
Don't go there, Coach.
But I'm telling you, I love this player. She is everywhere she's supposed to be, doesn't take a shift off. Watch, here she comes. She's going to put the heat on this defense woman. You're right, James.
Defender.
Yeah,
from the women's hockey that we've watched at the pro and international level, that seems to be the go-to term. Here comes Varga up the right wing boards for Liberty. Slowed by Hootie. Bothered by Marino farther up the wall. Throws the puck in lazily behind the net. Corralled by Bonfilio. Played over to Hootie below the cage, now up the left wing boards where Marino is bothered, gets a stick to the arm from Varga, and ultimately is removed from the puck. Now the 14s tie up behind the cage. Varga and Conley on the doorstep trying to jam the puck beyond the reach of Cullen, who records save number 18.
How frustrating must it be for Liberty that Cullen is just so sound? Just, and I point out one on that back check by Bonfilio. What a great play that was. Didn't get sucked into watching the puck. She went right to the break, the person breaking down the middle, and eliminated another scoring chance. Little things like that, James.
They add up.
They can't really call
the Liberty
that a check.
Fans want to check on the player that turned Duenas down, but that looked more collision than anything to me, Bob.
She was there first, actually. It was like she just ran into her.
Ziegler in trying to clear, instead set up a McFadden chance right down the post. McFadden on the doorstep again, denied this time. That shot did get on goal, but it was denied by Bucket. Spinagle tried to feed the puck up the near boards to Rodney, but it sailed past her. Chaffee working below the Delaware goal as we have passed the 3-minute mark of this third period. Cleared but did not maintain momentum. Turned back in by Gaddy. Recovered now in the near corner by Delaware defender Priya Albert. Albert with some help from Bussi advances the puck to Nima, setting up a 2-on-2. Julia Nima floats the puck past the reach of Laporte, chases it down behind the cage, but is trapped in the left corner by a pair of Flame defenders. Ultimately bodied off the puck. Stepping up to offer aid was Winterberg. Dumped it below the cage once again. Handled there by Madison Natter, but now in a 2-on-2 scrum. Holding the point is Winterberg. Left side. Her stick lifted in the battle for the biscuit. It is extracted by Delaney Adams, sent across to the near side, but into the path of Julian Nima, wearing number 12. Looked like a 22 there momentarily. Holding position and possession for the Hens. Crittenden this time gives it away to Natter, who has space up the middle. Try to catch the Hens sleeping on a change, won't do so. There's that Delaware back check, which, while the offensive opportunities have been few and far between, albeit good when they've occurred, this Delaware back check has really, really got it going on.
Yeah, they dropped 5 and made it nearly impossible to even penetrate the offensive zone for Liberty. So right now, Delaware's doing everything. Cullen's playing strong, and basically they're not really giving Liberty any open ice. They've been, they get it in deep. And that's the beauty of being up 3-0. You can start chipping the puck when there should never be anything forced with the 3-0 lead.
You can play a little more conservative.
Yeah, safe is, I hate the word safe, but smart, nothing crazy.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Just
really.
Bring it back to sound fundamental hockey.
Yeah, I mean, you want that all game, but here's where, okay, if you don't have an open teammate to make a pass to, you pop it out of the zone. Nothing has to be forced. You should never have to force it.
Delayed penalty. This will go against Delaware as the door to the infraction chamber opens up. Olivia Hootie coming off for a hook. Does this maybe open the door for Delaware again?
Yeah, because if you noticed on the way out, Marino and Schultz were talking, although they're pulling Marino, but they were talking, and you can kind of see maybe, let's try this again.
Delaware penalty assessed to number 6, Olivia Hootie. 2 minutes for hooking. Time of the penalty, 5 minutes, 17 seconds in the third period. Hootie, 2 for hooking at 5:17. So the Hens go back on the Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill. Last time they were on the DTCC PK, it was Courtney Marino who extended the Delaware lead 3-0 just 12 seconds in.
They get some speed up front.
And this time, the first 45 seconds of the PK controlled by Delaware. They were able to work the puck up the left wing boards deep into Liberty territory. Now here come the Flames. Breakout pass from Adams sails past the reach of Ziegler. Turned back by Chaffee, holding her own blue line for Delaware, but given up to Laporte. Laporte double team. There's Marino, working in tandem with Bussi on the forecheck on this PK, holding down the back end. In addition to Hootie is Paige Winterberg, the Texan. Delaney Adams under duress, angles over the center logo, crosses to the left wing boards. She's kept wide by Chaffee on her way in. Shot from 35 feet, stick checked off its intended line, ends up behind the cage, bounces out to the base of the Delaware bench. Muscling the puck free to get a shot off was Duenas. We learned during the second intermission there is a tilde over the N. It is Duenas, not Duenas. So
Lo
Ciento for the first 40 minutes, mispronouncing her last name.
James, has been a really good kill by Delaware. And Adams,
lots of zone time, strong clears, strong forecheck,
yeah,
really forcing Liberty
just
to exert.
Like that play on Adams. Beautiful. That forced her out wide. Bad angle shot. Cullen had no problem with it.
As she records her 20th save of the game. 7.5 minutes into this third period. Delaware 3, Liberty 0. And this will be the first of 9. I should say this is the first of 9 ladies Blue Hens games that we will have on these airwaves here this season. And it's an absolute treat to be able to bring you Delaware women's hockey all season long. Bonfilio maintains the left point, gives the puck away, storming through Emily Gallagher, trying to make something happen on the doorstep. There is a shot from Pataniello, which was tipped aside by the outstretched left leg of Izzy Bucket. And the Flames press play back to center. Thrown back in by Albert, given to Varga. Varga breakout pass, sails beyond the reach of Duenas, held in at the left point by Albert. Hens resetting. Maintaining the half wall was Bonfilio to slow up the Liberty breakout. Bonfilio losing her footing, works the puck to the Pittsburgher Emily Gallagher. Caromed in to Rosenthal in the near corner. She's angled off her intended path, lost her footing thanks to Varga's defensive pressure. Must be a magnetic puck along these right wing boards, Bob. now it chips free over to the far side. Backhander from Albert into the corner, and McFadden.
This is
back
great,
high.
though.
It goes to Albert. Now we're seeing the puck movement and a goal. Now we're seeing the puck movement we were saying that you and I had been longing for a while now.
Best sustained pressure that they've had in the offensive zone in a long time, and it paid off.
Absolutely.
As they might say, that shot had eyes, but you know what? That constant pressure, and eventually they get the break, and good things happen. I mean, they would not let Liberty out of the net. And honestly, I think a lot of where that started, James, was from that great penalty kill. That's really – Liberty had – I don't think Liberty had a really decent scoring chance on that whole power play.
No, absolutely. That was a good end-to-end kill, and Delaware controlled all 200 feet of the ice.
Yes.
On that entire kill, and that was.
And I think it just transitioned right into the offensive press and wouldn't let Liberty out, and there you go. Now it's 4-0, and Delaware's cruising.
A Delaware goal! Scored by number 16, Priya Albert. Assisted by number 24, Sam Schultz. Time of the goal, 9 minutes, 4 seconds in the third period. Albert from Schultz at 9:04.
You know, James, just looking out at the stands here, it's really nice to see this many people here to support great hockey from the women's division. It really is, and they're being treated to a
really good hockey game.
Yeah, great game and a great performance by the Blue Hens.
And it's just a treat for us too to get to watch such great hockey and bring it into so many homes, not just here in the States but worldwide.
Yep.
Which to think that what started 4 or 5 years ago as effectively solo internet radio is now being viewed in homes literally around the world.
Yeah, it's I'm telling you, James, it's really, really kind of neat, isn't it?
Amazing how interconnected we all have become.
Yeah.
Not to get too far off the task at hand, which for Delaware is preserving a 4-0 lead, and which for Liberty is trying to make an impact on Morgan Cullen, who's been so far flawless tonight. 20 shots, 20 saves, and just good heads-up hockey all the way around. Natter tried to walk the puck in from below the left dot. Got tied up in rush hour traffic on 95 like we did on our way here. There's Cullen's 21st save. Puck lay loose. Trying to jam it in net front was Gaddy. Sprawling, Cullen makes yet another save.
Cullen is on point. I wish I could get more goalies to do just what she was just doing prior to that little scrum there. She's talking to her D. She's pointing out open players that might be coming in to the back side or on the high slot. She's dialed in, and she's really helps the defense a lot when the goalie does that. It's so hard sometimes to get a goalie to do that. They just don't get it. She does.
The goalie is the quarterback for the team in so many ways. 2-on-1 for Delaware. Shot from Pataniello, stick saved by Bucket. Turns the puck to the near corner where Pataniello is met by Dominique Duenas. They battle for the biscuit. It is now walked free by Gaddy. Cleared out of the zone only just, but given away to Bonfilio. Floated in off her backhand, given back to Duenas, working behind the cage. Forechecking pressure comes from Pataniello. That forced a hurry-up breakout pass, which ultimately failed. Thrown in by Hootie, net front. No, Pataniello couldn't finish. Hootie, follow-up chance was off its target. Pataniello with the puck behind her, the Liberty goal, angled away from it, and Adams picks it up for Liberty and clears. This will be an icing with 7:49 to go in the third period.
You know what else I love, James? It's 4-0, but Delaware's not playing like it's 4-0. They're playing like it's 0-0. They're still pressing. They're they haven't let up one iota. I love it. Their forecheck is hard, and I think they've just got, between Cullen and the way they've been playing in the last 5 or 10 minutes, I think they just have Liberty spinning their wheels right now, or slipping their skates, or whatever you want to say at this point.
7.5 to go. Delaware, as mentioned by Bob Thomas, leading Liberty 4-0, and as you see in the upper left-hand corner of your monitor, brand new graphics for us here this season. Shot net front from Rosenthal. Swatted away by Bucket, her 10th save of the night. The fans want to call on the collision between Spinagle and Albert on their way, chasing the puck into the Delaware zone, but only just. Now corralled by Gallagher, backhanded out of harm's way, but given right back to Natter over center. Natter retreats. Stretch pass to nobody. Blocked down by Chaffee at her own blue line, volleyed back from blue line to blue line. And here come the Flames with time and space up the left wing boards as Delaware gets in a change. Varga leaves it back to Sarah Laporte at the half wall. Laporte, looking shot. That one blocked down net front by Chaffee. Comes back to the near corner. Thrown in by Varga, nobody home. Walked in now this time by Laporte. She runs into Kelly in the slot, who collides with Albert like bowling pins right in front of Cullen. And play is halted with 6:17 to go. Looks like a puck out of play.
Good shot selection there, nothing fancy again.
Doesn't need to be.
No, you're up 4-0. Just, if it's not there, don't force it. You don't need to at this point. That's the difference between individual play and team play. You understand that this is the score, this is the time, and so you play for your team, not individual efforts. And this is what
and
the Blue Hens
while
have done.
the highlights of this game have been largely individually driven, they've not detracted from the team at all, and they've not the players haven't taken their teammates out of the play.
No, the breakaways have all been set up by smart players that have done their job and sprung somebody, like the Marino and
that came from Schultz,
the Marino
inside the Delaware blue line.
Yeah, I mean, that's just great teamwork. That's playing for each other versus worrying about your own personal. And that's what makes great teams really great.
5:20 to go in regulation. Delaware nursing a 4-0 lead, rather preserving it quite nicely, in fact. Conley blew a tire, trying to generate some momentum in the neutral zone. Up the middle, Laporte was bodied off the puck. Marino takes it away, chases this puck down. Duenas is going to join her in a race for the vulcanized rubber behind the Liberty goal. Duenas muscles the puck free. Marino staying right with her, but still Duenas was able to advance the puck up the right dots to Alexandra Rodney, who got slowed up significantly at the Delaware blue line. Battle for the puck continues in neutral territory with 4:40 to go here in a 4-0 Delaware game. Swatted by Hootie off the near boards from her own blue line. This will not be an icing as it's played by Brinley Anderson back the other way, or at least she attempted to. Now the puck ends up behind the Liberty goal where there's Anderson surrounded by a pair of blue hens, getting a little chippy down there. There's Marino part of the battle along with Sam Schultz, two of the standout players for this Delaware side here tonight on the Liberty side of the red line. Tied up yet again. Varga and Schultz. Duenas part of the scrum now too as it migrates above the goal line far side. This puck knocked loose to the near wall. Then it's lofted up the near wall by Conley deep into Delaware territory where Bonfilio corrals the puck, challenged by Rodney. Up the middle, tried to feed it to Kelly, ran into traffic before the Liberty blue line, now a 2-on-4 attack. Kelly out-hustled to the puck by Spinagle in the far corner, who caromed it behind the cage, advanced by Adams up the left wall, blocked down by Chaffee just inside the Delaware blue line, volleyed back across neutral territory into the hands of Anderson. Cross-ice pass at the Liberty stripe was off its line, intercepted by Albert, but she was unable to make any further advance for Delaware as we enter the final 200 seconds of this game. And we'd like to give our thanks to Lawson Schultz helping us out behind the scenes tonight. Schultzy doing a terrific job with the videography for this second half of our doubleheader. A name you may have remembered from these airwaves, having played for the Delaware Blue Hens. Their last season, 2019-20, and before that for the AI DuPont Conrad combined team in the Delaware High School Hockey League. So, Schultzy, great to have you on board behind the scenes. Great work tonight. And, of course, to our dear friend Bob Thomas, whom, after a year and a half
and a period
separated from these airwaves, it's just been terrific.
We've been treated to a couple of really, really great games. I will say, as far as being a Blue Hen guy, this outcome is a little better than the first game's outcome, but they're still both great games.
Well, we're not supposed to be fans, Bob, even though
we're not?
Even though
no.
Even though the check comes from Delaware, we are supposed to report.
Wait, we get a check? No, it's just it's a really great time.
We do this for free. If
I'm telling you, it's just a great time. And if you don't go out and support local hockey, whether it's your local college team,
there's more hockey than the NHL.
Yeah, by a lot, and you're missing a lot of great hockey, whether it's your local youth hockey or your local college.
3-on-1 for Liberty, best chance of the game so far. Conley backhander, no. Missed an open cage as Cullen crossed over to the far post. We're inside the final 2 minutes. We will let you know that we are back on these airwaves next Friday, October 8th, as the Delaware Division II men's team takes on North Carolina State. We'll have that game for you on Delaware Hockey Night. We will not have the Saturday game, as the DHN crew will be in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton for the unveiling of a new league, believe it or not. The Eastern States Showcase Hockey League, which the Delaware Blue Hens, the Delaware Junior Blue Hens actually, are a part of.
See, there's hockey all over the place. If you got to get out, folks. If you're not a hockey fan yet, get out there, and I promise you, shortly you will become one.
It's a great game and great people, and you will not be disappointed. 84 seconds to go. Elvis has long since left the building. Delaware up 4-0 over Liberty, and they force the Flames into the neutral zone once again. The entry up the left wing boards from Anderson. Slowed up due to the delayed offside, so Delaware did get a free pass, but Crittenden honestly squandered that one too. Cleared. Duenas counters. 1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute restant dans la période. Puck tied up right in front of the Delaware bench. As Schultz depicts in pictures, and Bob and I depict in words. Sam Schultz accelerates up the left wall, 2-on-2. Schultz floats a shot in. It is stopped and held on to by Bucket for a stoppage in the action with 34 seconds to go. 16th Delaware shot.
Like to see Delaware keep them pinned in at this end. And I think you know what I'm alluding to.
Looking for one for the thumb.
Yeah.
Behind the cage, Rosenthal centering, feed beyond the reach of McFadden. This puck ends up in the path of Winterberg, holding the left point off her backhand. Rolled behind the cage, around to Thrush, stepping up at the point, Crittenden out of the half wall. Thrush again, 15 seconds to go. The Delaware Blue Hens are just going to take a knee from here as the final 5 seconds tick away.
Perfect.
And they win 4-0.
Well, Morgan Cullen.
Your Delaware Blue Hens.
Morgan Cullen got the shutout, and she earned it. Great support from her team, but when they needed her, she came up massive with some of the saves. Really a solid game. Not her angles were great. Her rebound control was great. Her communication with her defensemen and back checkers was, she deserved that shutout tonight. The team played strong in front of her, but when they did have the breakdown, she was right there. And so really glad for her. I got a little worried when they broke in 3-on-0 or 3-on-1, and then actually it turned into a 1-on. The shot, she stopped it, went wide, and there's the shutout. Great for her.
Morgan Cullen with the shutout, as Bob mentioned. Goals for Delaware from Schultz, Nima, Marino, and Albert to go up to 2-0-0 on the season. This has been Delaware Hockey Night, a production of 412 Communications. For Bob Thomas, for Lawson Schultz, James Witherite, thanking you for your company this evening. We'll see you again very soon. Full schedule available at dehockeynight.com. Good night, everybody. We will see you again very, very soon.